A major development has emerged from the ongoing conflict in Gaza, capturing global attention and sparking intense reactions. On August 31, 2025, Israeli officials confirmed the death of Abu Obaida, the masked spokesman for Hamas's Al-Qassam brigades, following a targeted airstrike in Gaza City. This operation was meticulously planned and executed with precision. For nearly 2 decades, Abu Obaida was the public face of Hamas's military operations, a symbol of defiance and propaganda. His fiery speeches and media appearances were designed to inspire and mobilize supporters. His death marks a pivotal moment in the war, a symbolic victory for Israel in its campaign to dismantle Hamas's leadership. The impact of this event is being felt across the region. Israeli Defense Minister Israel Katz praised the operation, calling it a flawless execution and a significant blow to the evil axis. He emphasized the importance of this achievement in the broader context of regional security. The successful targeting of such a high-profile figure is being presented as a critical step in weakening Hamas's morale and operational capabilities. This strike is seen as a testament to Israel's intelligence and military prowess. Hamas unusually has remained silent, possibly signaling internal disarray or a strategic pause. The absence of a response is notable and has led to widespread speculation. Abu Obaida's absence leaves a vacuum in Hamas's propaganda machine, making it harder for the group to rally support. The loss of such a key figure is a significant blow to their communication strategy. The killing is part of a broader Israeli offensive aimed at seizing full control of Gaza City, the heart of Hamas's power. This operation is a clear indication of Israel's determination to achieve its objectives. The message from Israel is clear: no leader is safe, and the campaign to eradicate Hamas will continue relentlessly. The world watches closely as this conflict unfolds, with far-reaching implications for the future of the region. Abu Obaida embodied Hamas's military resistance, becoming the face and voice of the group's armed struggle against Israel. For nearly 2 decades, he served as the masked spokesman for the Al-Qassam brigades, delivering messages that shaped the movement's image and strategy. His true identity was a closely guarded secret, protected by layers of security and myth, making him an enigma even to many within Hamas. The red keffiyeh he wore became his trademark, transforming him into a powerful symbol of resistance and defiance, rather than just a single individual. Through carefully crafted video and audio messages, he inspired followers, rallied support, and instilled fear in enemies, using media as a weapon of war. His words echoed in homes and streets, making him a household name across the Arab world and a figure recognized far beyond Gaza. His death is a significant psychological blow to Hamas, chipping away at the group's image of invincibility and leaving a void in its leadership. Abu Obaida was one of the last senior Hamas military figures still visible after nearly 2 years of war, a rare constant in a shifting conflict. His presence provided continuity and morale for fighters and supporters, uniting them during times of crisis and uncertainty. Beyond symbolism, he was a key operational figure, shaping the narrative of the war, managing information flow, and coordinating public messaging. Israel saw him as integral to Hamas's command structure, not just a propagandist, but a leader with real influence over military and strategic decisions. His elimination weakens Hamas's ability to wage its information war, a front as crucial as the battlefield, and leaves the group searching for a new voice to fill the void. The operation that killed Abu Obaida was a precision airstrike in Gaza City's Al-Ramal neighborhood, based on intelligence from the Shin Bet. The target was a 6-story apartment building which also housed a dentist's office. 5 missiles struck the building, causing a massive explosion and significant damage. Despite efforts to minimize collateral damage, civilian casualties were reported, at least 7 killed and 20 injured, including women and children. The presence of civilians highlights the dangers of urban warfare in Gaza. Witnesses described chaos and panic, with cash reportedly flying from the building, suggesting it may have stored Hamas funds. Locating Abu Obaida was a major intelligence achievement, as he had evaded Israeli attempts for years. His presence in a residential area shows even top Hamas leaders struggle to find safe havens. The strike sends a clear warning: no one in Hamas's leadership is beyond Israel's reach. Abu Obaida's killing is part of a broader Israeli strategy, a full-scale ground offensive to seize Gaza City, approved in August 2024. Gaza City, the heart of Hamas's power, has been declared a combat zone. The IDF has urged residents to evacuate, but many remain trapped by fighting or lack of safe routes. The offensive aims to break Hamas's grip by clearing neighborhoods, destroying tunnels, and eliminating militant infrastructure. Israeli forces expect fierce resistance in the dense urban landscape. The operation is a high-stakes gamble, risking heavy casualties and a catastrophic humanitarian crisis. The international community is alarmed by the potential for mass civilian deaths. Despite pressure, Israel's leadership is determined to see the battle through, believing it's essential for national security. The fate of Gaza City and its people now hangs in the balance. Gaza City's humanitarian crisis has reached catastrophic levels, with families facing unimaginable hardship every single day. In late August 2025, a UN-backed body officially declared famine in Gaza City and northern Gaza, confirming months of warnings from aid agencies and humanitarian groups who had sounded the alarm about the worsening situation. Basic systems, healthcare, water, sanitation, have collapsed entirely, leaving Gazans to risk their lives daily just to find food or clean water. Hospitals are overwhelmed, and many neighborhoods have no functioning infrastructure left. Since August 30th, at least 43 Palestinians have been killed, many while desperately trying to access food aid amid chaos and violence. Shifa Hospital reported receiving bodies of people killed while seeking food, with witnesses alleging Israeli troops fired on crowds gathered for aid. The fear and trauma are ever present. Israel denies famine exists, blaming aid distribution issues on Hamas, but international organizations report severe obstacles to delivering aid, including blocked border crossings and security risks. The UN World Food Programme says operations in the north are nearly impossible, leaving hundreds of thousands of people cut off from essential supplies and humanitarian assistance. The war's toll is staggering. Over 63,000 Palestinians killed, including more than 18,000 children, with countless others injured or missing. These numbers represent families and entire communities devastated by violence, displacement, and now starvation. The suffering is etched on every face. For Gaza's people, survival is a daily struggle amid relentless conflict, hunger, and loss, as hope fades with each passing day. The crisis in Gaza and Israel's push for Gaza City have drawn sharp international criticism. The United Nations warns that a full military takeover could have catastrophic consequences for nearly 1 million residents. UN officials and aid leaders like Cindy McCain have called for an immediate ceasefire to allow humanitarian aid to reach those in need. Aid organizations are frustrated, unable to deliver supplies amid constant danger and restrictions. Even Israel's allies, such as the UK, have publicly criticized the planned offensive, fearing mass civilian casualties and long-term instability. Despite mounting pressure, Israel's government remains resolute, insisting that dismantling Hamas is essential for national security. Prime Minister Netanyahu frames the war as a fight for Israel's survival, dismissing criticism as secondary to security. This stance has deepened Israel's rift with much of the international community as the humanitarian toll rises. In his final public address, Abu Obaida issued a stark warning to Israel just days before his death. He threatened dire consequences for Israeli hostages if a ground invasion of Gaza City proceeded, linking their fate to Israel's military actions. This was classic psychological warfare, aiming to sow anxiety and pressure the Israeli government. The plight of the hostages has been a source of immense pain and political pressure in Israel since October 2023. Abu Obaida's last speech also rallied his fighters, vowing to turn Gaza City into a graveyard for invaders. His words were meant to project resilience and defiance, even as Hamas faced relentless attack. Ironically, his warning preceded the operation that killed him, showing Israel's resolve to press ahead regardless of threats. The fate of the remaining hostages is now even more uncertain as the offensive intensifies. Gaza City now stands as a symbol of the war's devastation. Once a vibrant hub, it is now a landscape of ruins, over 90% of homes damaged or destroyed. Nearly 1 million residents struggle to survive amid shattered infrastructure and constant displacement. Families move from one shelter to another, communities are torn apart, and children are traumatized by war and loss. Hospitals, water plants, and the electrical grid have been obliterated, plunging the city into darkness and disease. Aid workers warn it could take decades to rebuild, even if the conflict ended today. As Israeli forces push deeper, more destruction looms for a city already brought to its knees. The death of Abu Obaida is a military victory, but it does little to address the humanitarian catastrophe. For Gaza's people, the cycle of violence and loss continues, with their future buried beneath the rubble.